everybody, it's Monica with your Best Female Figure, and you just caught a glimpse of everything that I've been up to for the past few weeks. I hiked close to 55 miles on vacation. I got a new puppy. I had to learn a new editing software, and I've just been busy maintaining the site. But I am back today with nearly 20 exercises to help slim your inner thighs, slim your waist, and help you sculpt a curvy, sexy booty. Alright, so the first exercise is a balanced disc lunge. Now you can lunge off of the balanced disc by standing on it and then doing a reverse lunge, or you can lunge onto it, and either way your inner thighs are going to have to work very hard to stabilize this movement. You can help with your arms in any position, and you could also add a weight to this if you wanted to, but it is not necessary. Just the lunging off of the disc or onto the disc alone is going to be enough, which is why it's a great movement if you're not looking to build big bulky thighs. The next exercise is a straps curtsy lunge to side kick. Now this is like a single leg squat, except you have a little bit of assistance from the straps, but then when you add that side kick, you're adding a bit of instability to the movement. So again, your inner thighs are working to stabilize as well as to lift that leg out to the side. This exercise is really intense, and it's a lot harder than it looks. A lot of my clients really struggle to even just do the curtsy portion of the lunge. So if you can't do the full movement, then just do the curtsy portion, and then when you get stronger, you can add that side kick in. Now the next exercise is the gliding reverse lunge to gliding lateral lunge, and you've probably seen this in a few other videos. It's one of the best moves from Love Your Booty Plan, and it is amazing for toning your entire lower body. It strengthens, it tones, it also burns fat, and you don't need a whole lot of weight for it to be effective. If you are looking to build a bigger booty, then I would use 15, 20-pound dumbbells with this. If not, then stick with the 10-pound dumbbells or less. Another really great thing about this exercise is that you can add upper body movement to boost your calorie and fat burn, plus tone and strengthen your entire upper body and core. Alright, now the next three exercises are really great for burning fat and calories and boosting your metabolism. So if you're not at your desired weight and body fat, these are essential for getting that lean tone look that you're after, especially in the lower body. The first exercise is actually three movements combined into one. It's a jump squat, a twisting lunge, and a crouching lunge knee and jump. It is incredibly fun, and it will get your heart rate going, and you can do it with or without weight. You can add a ball toss, you can add all kinds of weights like sandbell or dumbbell. It's completely up to you how intense you want to make this move. Now another really great thing about this move is that even though it is very high intensity, it's actually not very high impact, and you can control the impact of this exercise by the way that you jump. So just be careful with how high you're jumping, and you're not going to have to worry about your knees or hips or anything if that is a concern for you. Now the next exercise is a traveling lateral squat with a ball raise, and this is very similar to the previous move, except that you are just staying really close to the ground and you're moving from side to side very quickly, and that ball movement up and down really increases your heart rate, and staying low to the floor as you're doing the lateral traveling really targets your glutes and your inner thighs like crazy. This is probably one of the exercises that makes me the most sore in my glutes and inner thighs. It really works those two areas in a way that a lot of other exercises just do not. Alright, finally the next exercise is also a total body fat loss move that targets your entire upper body, your core, your inner thighs, and your hamstrings as well. So you're going to start from a kneeling position. You're going to wedge that Pilates ball in between your hamstring and your calf of one leg, and you're going to push up into a plank. From there you're going to press back into a single leg down dog with that scorpion leg that you've seen in previous videos, and then you're going to come back down into a plank, go into a side plank, knee in, and then start over. Now, one thing you're going to notice when you're doing this exercise is that you're going to start sweating like crazy. And if you are engaging your core, your deep abdominals, as well as your pelvic floor and your inner thighs, your heart rate is going to increase. Even though it doesn't seem like the type of exercise that would get your heart rate going, it will, especially if you keep a consistent tempo. Now, if you can't do such a complex exercise, then eliminate the ball until you get stronger and then add the ball in. The ball actually makes a huge difference, even though it's a tiny little ball that doesn't weigh anything. Having it wedged in between your hamstring and your calf and having to hold it there the entire time, it makes a huge difference. It actually creates a lot of instability that demands a lot of your core. So if you can't do it, remember, just get rid of the ball until you are able to do it and then add it in. Alright, what you may be wondering at this point is where to get all this fun fitness gear. And if you head over to bestfemalefigure.com and you click on the article for this video, you will see a lot of options on how to do these exercises. Plus, you will get a link to the store where I sell all the stuff that you see in all my fitness videos. Okay, so now that we've got all the functional training and the fat loss moves out of the way, we're going to move on to the more isolated exercises, starting with this straps sliding bridge. This exercise is intense. It probably targets the inner thighs better than any exercise move that I have in any of my plans. And unfortunately, this is actually not in any of my plans, but there is another option that you can do with the ball. If you lay on your back and use a stability ball and do a single leg curl up into a single leg bridge, then that movement is very similar to the straps sliding bridge, but it is definitely not as intense as the straps. So if you're really wanting a challenge, then definitely do it with the straps, or if all you have is a ball, then go ahead and just do it with the ball. And the ball is actually a little bit easier for beginners because it doesn't require as much core stabilization and low back strength. Another way that you can do this exercise and make it slightly easier is to do it on a mega medicine ball like you saw pictured at the very beginning of the video, and you would just eliminate the leg curl and just do the single leg bridge from there until you get stronger, and then you can do the stability ball rolling and then switch over to the straps if you really want to take it to the super advanced level. Alright, now the next move is a spinal rock to boat pose balance, and it is one of the most intense moves of this entire video. I was shaking like crazy when I was doing this exercise, and that is because of the order of these exercises. So that is something that I discuss in detail over in the article in the tips and tricks section on how to get results faster by doing your exercises in the right order. So be sure to check that out if you're wanting to see results from these exercises much faster. Finally, the last exercise of these isolation moves is completely optional, and for women who really need to strengthen their deep abdominals, also known as the corset muscles or the transversus abdominis. Placing the ball between the thighs and doing figure eight movement while you are walking in a circle. It looks kind of sexy, but really, if you're doing it correctly, you're going to feel a very strong contraction in your deep abdominals, and you're going to strengthen that area so that you get even better results from all your workouts, not just your thigh workouts, but your butt workouts, your core workouts, and your total body workouts. Alright, now the last few exercises are actually stretches, and you may not think that these are important, but they are critical to getting lean toned legs. The more flexibility that you have in a muscle, the stronger the contraction and the better your recovery from those exercises that you are doing, to burn fat and to strengthen and tone. So we're going to start with the twisted ballet squat that you've seen in previous videos, and from there you're going to move it down to the floor into a rotating frog stretch. And remember, the rotating portion distracts you as you allow gravity to do the work of stretching your inner thighs. And then from there you're going to move on to a pigeon flow. So you're going to move into fire logs pose, and then from there you're just going to transfer back and forth from side to side into pigeon, fire logs, and just back and forth. 3 to 5 repetitions of each thing on each side is more than sufficient. And then if you really want to get some length in your hamstrings and your hip flexors and your inner thighs, you can take it down to the straps and do the flying splits exercise or stretch that I'm doing, which is incredibly intense and probably only for people that are already flexible. One last tip that I want to share with you, if you have straps and you are wanting to try the flying splits but you're feeling kind of intimidated, is you can actually do this on the knees, and it is a little bit easier. So you would do the same thing. You would just kneel down and you would start with that foot cradled into the straps, and then you are closer to the ground, and that feels a little bit more stable and not as scary as it does kind of, flying around, because the straps will rotate around, and if you don't feel comfortable with your flexibility, that can be a little scary, and it can actually tense up your muscles a little more. So if you want to get started with this, you may want to try it from a kneeling position, which is how I got started with this exercise, and now I can do it from a standing position, and it's really fun and actually very relaxing. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and that it has been helpful. Be sure to check out all the tips and tricks to incorporate these exercises into your weekly routine over at bestfemalefigure.com on the blog. Here at the end, you can check out our new puppy who was begging to be in this video and also is trying to eat our gerbil. Anyways, I will be back soon with more exercises to help you get your best female figure. Thank you so much for watching.